All right, today we're going to take you on a journey, but not across space. We're going through the very layers of reality itself. We're peeling back the world you think you know to look at the literal source code of creation. We'll dive deep into this single powerful idea from the Zohar, the concept of a universe that was preloaded with every potential, every single force, every possible future, all just held in this state of perfect, silent waiting, just for the right moment to burst forth. So I want you to just listen to these words. Let them really sink in. From the Book of Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah. Kol chilim havu vara.
All powers were in the earth, but it did not bring forth its strength. Okay, this one line, this is our key. It's not just poetry, it's a statement about a fundamental principle of how reality works, delayed manifestation. It's telling us that from the very, very beginning, everything was already there. Every seed, every mineral, every law of physics, every spark of life. It wasn't about creating them from scratch. It was about activating what was already embedded deep inside the system.
I want you to imagine this scene, like a high-definition vision of the primordial world. There's no sound of life, not a single bird, no wind in the trees. It is a world of deep, profound silence. It's dark, but it's not an empty darkness. No, it's a humming, vibrant darkness just pregnant with potential. You can almost feel it. Beneath the surface, the source code for every future forest, every mountain range, every living creature is already written, just dormant, waiting for some unseen signal to flip the switch. Exactly. The Zohar uses that famous phrase, tohu vavohu, and yeah, it's often translated as desolate and empty. But in this context, it doesn't mean a lack of something. It means a state of being so full of raw, undifferentiated potential that nothing is defined yet. Think of it like a coiled spring, compressed with just immense energy. All the power is there, but its expression, that release, it just hasn't happened yet. The Earth wasn't empty, it was fully loaded, waiting for the command to execute. Okay, so let's really dive into this. This brings us to what is maybe the most crucial distinction in the mystical mechanics of existence, the huge difference between what exists in potential and what exists in actuality. Getting this is, well, it's everything. So for a minute, we need to think like spiritual technologists. The entire universe, at first, existed in a state called koach. Let that word sink in, koach, which means potential. Think of it as the complete, flawless source code for all of reality, existing inside the divine thought. It's the perfect blueprint before a single brick is laid. Paul, on the other hand, that's the actual, that's the running application, the finished building. It's when that potential becomes manifest, something tangible that you can actually experience. And get this, because this is where it gets really, really wild. We tend to think that the physical world, the pu'al, is what's real, but the mystics teach the complete opposite. That potential state, the koach within the divine thought, is actually more real, more perfect, and more complete than the manifested reality we experience. Our world is just a projection, a running instance of that perfect original code. It's a truly mind-bending idea. So this gets to a key question. Why the delay? Why wait? Well, the source code isn't unexecuted because it's flawed or incomplete. Not at all. It's waiting for the hardware, the receiver, or makabel, to be ready to run it. The delay is actually designed for the benefit of creation itself. You see, from the creator's perspective, there's no difference between potential and actual. It's all just one unified reality. The separation only exists from our limited viewpoint, from the perspective of a creation that needs to grow and develop to become a vessel that's capable of receiving that infinite light. So how does this perfect potential source code get translated into our reality for us, the receiver? This is where we get into the divine engineering system, the Sephiroth. And these aren't just abstract ideas. They are the fundamental forces, the cosmic gears that allow the infinite potential of the Creator to step down and down and down until it becomes the finite world that we all know.
Let's just walk through the top of this chain for a second. It all starts with Keter, the crown, the pure, singular will to create, just an unknowable impulse. From that will comes Chokmah, wisdom, which is like a lightning flash, a pure, unformed idea of creation. Then you have Bina, understanding. This is where that flash of an idea gets expanded. It takes shape, and it becomes a detailed blueprint with all the parts. After the blueprint, we get the two fundamental forces that build literally everything. Chesed, kindness, which is the drive to expand and give without limits, like an endless flow of light. And its total opposite, Gevruah, severity, the drive to contract, to set limits, to give things form and definition. Finally, Tiferet, beauty, comes in to harmonize these two opposing forces, allowing a stable, beautiful creation to actually exist.
And these Sephirot, they aren't just intellectual concepts. The mystics describe them using things we can relate to, like colors. The pure, uninhibited flow of Kesed is seen as white, Loven, the color that contains all other colors, representing pure, undifferentiated giving. And the contracting, defining force of Gevura is seen as red, Odom, the color of fire and judgment, the force that creates structure and boundaries. Our entire reality is just a dance between this cosmic white and this cosmic red.
Now, the numbers you see in this cosmic architecture, they are not random at all. They represent specific spiritual configurations. The number 13, for example, that corresponds to the 13 attributes of mercy and connects to the word ahad, meaning one, which points to this ultimate unity. 10 is the classic number of the Sephirot, representing a complete, structured system, a whole reality. And 5 relates to the 5 lights of creation, corresponding to the 5 books of Moses and the 5 levels of the soul. Every number is like a key to a different level of the system's design.
Okay, now here is where it all comes together. Get ready for this, because the Zohar reveals this incredible parallel, a pattern that just echoes throughout all of creation. The story of the earth holding its powers and waiting is the exact same story as the creation of the sun and the moon.
It's simple, right? The text in Genesis tells us that on the 4th day, the great luminaries, the sun and the moon, were created. Their physical forms were placed in the heavens. They were there. They existed.
But, and this is the key from the Zohar, their existence was separate from their function. The power was installed, but the switch was off. The Zohar says their light was concealed, not permitted to shine until the time was right. They were created in a state of koach, of pure potential.
Now let's pull that parallel right back to our main topic. The Zohar states that in the exact same way, at the beginning of creation, all of the earth's powers, Kol Chelin, were fully embedded within it. Everything it would ever grow or produce was already there, locked inside.
And just like the sun and moon, their expression was delayed. The earth did not bring forth its strength until the proper time. You see? This is the core principle repeating itself. Existence precedes expression. The system is always fully loaded with all its potential before it's activated, one function at a time, but only when the receiver is ready.
So, this brings us to the how and why on a much more technical level. Let's call this the cosmic engineering model for adults. This isn't just a bedtime story. It's a description of a dynamic, interactive system. The delay isn't just random waiting. It's conditional. Here is the protocol, step by step. 1. The system is preloaded. All forces are embedded in Koach. 2. The system monitors for a condition. It waits for the Makabo, the receiver, to be prepared. And this is so important. The state of the lower worlds, including our actions, our consciousness, we can be the very condition that prepares the receiver. 3. When the conditions are met, the divine will, the Retzon, sends the activation signal. And 4. The function is executed. Manifestation happens in our physical world. Pull. The power that was latent is now revealed.
Okay, let's bring this entire cosmic principle right down to earth, to the most personal level possible. Because this isn't just a story about the creation of the universe, it's the story of the creation of you. And we can think of it like a video game, one that's designed for everybody.
This is such a powerful way to look at it. Seriously, think about your soul as a character in a game that was created with a full set of these amazing ultimate abilities, but they're all locked at the beginning. And life's challenges? Those aren't punishments, they are the quests specifically designed to give you the experience points, the XP, you need to level up. And spiritual deeds? Mitzvot. Those are the literal keys you use to unlock the next level and activate those latent abilities. Your true potential, that deep feeling you have that there's more to you, that's the God mode you've had since the start screen. It's all there in Koach, just waiting for you to complete the campaign of your life and bring it into Poal.
And so we leave you with this. The entire universe was designed on this principle of latent power, just waiting for its trigger. And so were you. The Zohar isn't just describing the earth, it's describing your soul. So the question becomes deeply personal. What latent power, what unexecuted source code is waiting for its trigger inside you right now? Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.